Hi, today what I'm going to do is show you how to thread up the Britannia InStyle 4DR overlocker. I'm going to try and get some close-up video of actually threading the loopers, which should be quite helpful for you. First thing to do, take off the thread catcher and then pull the door across the right-hand side and open it up. Now, when you're practicing threading, a good thing to do is try and correspond the colour that you've got along the top here. So you've got the lower looper, upper looper, right needle and left needle with the colour of your thread, at least when you're practicing, because then it just, you can follow the colour code going through. So we're going to use a blue thread, a green thread, a red thread and a yellow thread. And then they will correspond with the tension dials across the top there. So first one to do is the green, the lower looper. So it's the second one in from the right hand side. Now what we would do is pop your thread on and then bring your thread through the carrier over the top. And then there's a metal clip that it sits into, and you just pull it through the tension discs and then you come down. So now we've come through with the green thread. What we need to do is just grab your thread, go into your first point here, which has got the green dot above. Something else you'll notice when you've got the overlocker is there's a green dot just here at the back of this hook, and all you need to do is go underneath there so it just corresponds with that green dot, and then up over the top of this hook here. And that's just those 1, 2, 3 points you need to go through. Really simple to do. And then I always do this with the tweezers, which you do get in the accessory pack. Just pop it through, I don't know if you can see that okay, go this side, through the hole at the top there. And then pull it out the other side. And then that's your upper looper finished. So it's really simple to do. Now what we're going to do is the lower looper. So we go for the blue thread here. Just take the thread off of there. And that will just go again through the carriage at the top there, into the metal slot at the top, and then into your tension dial there. Let's give it a little pull to make sure it's in. And then we go into this first blue here, and then again I'll go to a closer shot. So what we do now, we'll move on to the blue thread, threading the lower looper. So we've already gone into this first one here, signified by the blue dot there, and then you come across, you come under both of these two parts here. Again, you've got your blue dots on there, and then without dropping it, try that again, and you go over the top of this one. Again, there's a blue dot here, so it means it goes through this hook here. The next part, you have to be, again, use your tweezers, and you go into these two hooks. I don't think you can see those properly, but just here and here, there are two hooks, and your thread has to sit behind both of those. And basically that's the easy threading mechanism. So you pop those in. This lever at the bottom here, you push up, and when you release it, your thread is already threaded on the left-hand side of the overlocker. So it's really nice, you don't have to thread through and back again. It's done for you. And then all you need to do is grab the end of your thread and pop it through your lower looper, and just make sure it goes through and up over the top. Oops, if I can grab that. Through and up over the top of the upper looper there. And that's your two loopers done. So you can see there, green goes down, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then blue goes 1, 2, 3 into the hooks. And then number 4 is through your looper. So again, really nice and simple to do. So now what we're going to do, we're going to move on to needle threading. So we're going to grab our red thread for the right hand needle. So we'll pop that on. Again, it will go through thread carrier at the top there, just into the metal hook at the back there, and through the tension discs. Then all you need to do is come across to the left. If you have a look, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but when you've got the overlocker, you'll see it. There's an arrow here, signifying you come down and to the left, and all the way to the left again. So you just carry on left, and then you come up, oops, put your finger there, come up and over the top of this cover. And again, it's all arrowed for you there. Then what you need to do is just come behind this one single hook that's above the needles. If you pop your presser foot down, it gives you a little more room to actually be able to get through the needles. Make sure the end of your thread is clean, so give it a quick chop with your scissors, and it means that your thread will go straight through the needle. And again, I like to thread my needles on the overlocker with a pair of tweezers, just so you can get it popped in and through the needle quite easily. Some people like to do it by hand, but that's your right hand needle done. Then we move on to the left hand needle. So in the same way, grab your thread, pop it through the carrier at the top there, into the metal hook, and then into your tension discs. And again, just come across to the left and then up over the top of this cover, and it slots everything into place for you. You then pop your thread behind this hook again, and then into the left hand needle. And again, I do that with the tweezers, just for me, makes life slightly easier. Make sure it doesn't get caught around the foot, and then pull your thread through. So that basically means the whole thing's threaded. You bring your 4 threads, all 4 colours, underneath the presser foot there. We can close up the front of the overlocker. We'll turn it on, because it's always good to test these things afterwards, and just make sure that everything is running right before you start on your garment, because the last thing you'd want to do is obviously have any trouble at that point. And now that has gone through perfectly. You can see the different colours there, and that's given you a lovely, perfect, I don't know if you can see that, there we go, overlocking thread there. Cut off nicely and looks really neat.